Howdy guys and gals, Backwater Brenton here, obviously. So, I'm in the St. Johns River in Palatka, and I'm actually pronouncing it right. And I got here yesterday. I made some friends here last year, ones that are building the super shanty, which I'm hoping to get an update on that. They've done a lot of work to it in the past year or so. I've been sick for a couple weeks, pretty bad. I caught Giardia. I'll link something in the description if you don't know what that is. It's a waterborne parasite that it probably came from doing my dishes in the river back up north. It's mostly a northern thing, I've heard, you know. But I have been really sick, so I haven't had any energy to do any videos or anything. But I think I'm starting to, I got some antibiotics. I had to finally just go to a ER, and so I'm starting to feel better. I'm not 100%, but we're going to do some fishing today. I'm on the Vagabond, as you probably can tell. And we're going to go try to find some shade, maybe go onto the bridge over there. I've been talking to a guy on the shore who's been catching bluegill and stuff like that, panfish, and he kind of gave me some tips. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to go over this bridge over here, try to get in the shade, do some anchoring, and let's see if we can catch some fish, catch some dinner. So please stay tuned. Well, good morning, guys and gals. Welcome to being at home with Backwaters and Backroads here for a minute. Of course, Wavy thinks there's food. She knows there's food. Let me show you what I'm doing real quick. So, I got these whole chickens from my Amish friends. Also got all that lamb and stuff, and there's the chickens right there. I pulled one out last night, and I stuck it in this crock pot. And then this morning I got up, pulled all the meat off the bones, put a little water in here, put the bones back in the crock pot on low. And I'm just trying to make like a really good chicken soup. Letting the meat sit there for a minute. I'm going to chop up some of these little potatoes and this onion and see what I can make. So stay tuned. Give me a break. You got dog food. Okay, guys, this is what I've come up with. So, I cut up some onion and some potato, and I boiled the chicken bones in the crock pot for, I don't know, a couple hours, I'd say. I'm going to put it in this pot. I'm probably making too many steps for myself and kind of, I need to get a smaller pot for starters, but that's all I have at the moment. And what I'm going to do, excuse me, is I'm going to put this back in the crock pot, put it on low. Then I'm going to make some rice, kind of get it. I don't have a rice cooker. I'd like to get one. I probably will get one here, you know, if I find a good deal on one. I'm going to make some rice on the stove here for a minute. You getting all this? And then I'll add the rice to this and then continue to let it just kind of do its goodness. And hopefully it'll be ready by this evening. So stay tuned. Okay, so boiled the water off of this rice. And now I'm going to add it to the crock pot. The rice, I think, really, you know, gives it some density. This is going to be good. Oh, it's going to be good. Okay, guys, I am going for it. I don't have a ladle. Is that what you call them? A ladle? So I'll have to use this spoon to kind of get some of the juice in there. I'll have to find myself a ladle. I'll stop at there's a thrift store like walking distance from my house. Beagle, you don't know you're a beagle. Do you see all this food you have over here? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see that food you got? Won't even touch it. Because I've spoiled you so badly. It's my fault. It's all my fault. I don't blame you. It's like a spoiled child. It's not the child's fault. As much as it's tempting to just say you're a bad seed, I had nothing to do with it. I know it's all my fault. Jeez. The depths I get into in my mind when I'm just ladling some chicken soup. See what it's like living in my head, guys? Okay, we're gonna try it. Give me a minute. Hey. Back off. Back off. Remember you're a beagle. Okay, guys. So, my first taste. Wavy, back off! She's right here between my legs. She's like 6 inches off the spoon. Well, definitely good. It seems really healthy. Tastes healthy. But it's kind of bland. I know why people that really know how to use spices. Wait, you gotta back up. You know, it needs some kind of spice. When I try to use spice, I always overdo it. I just put too much in it or something, you know, and it ruins it. I don't want to ruin this whole pot of chicken soup. So I'm going to keep it kind of bland. My friend, a lady friend of mine who lives in Florida now, actually, she's a really good cook. She knows a lot about nutrition. I've been consulting her quite a bit, actually, in the past couple weeks, having this little ailment. She's been giving me some good advice, and one of the key ones is, you know, just eat bland. Like, your body just likes bland, you know, so... Your taste buds might not like it, but your body does. So makes sense to me. So yeah, guys, definitely edible. Gonna give me a lot of energy. So yeah, success. Homemade chicken soup, which is kind of what I had laying around. Got my glass of water. I'm gonna start hydrating better. I've been really itchy. Because I've been so dehydrated because I had, my body was flushing. That's the nice way to put it, so. But, okay, guys. I know this is an odd video. But lucky for you, I don't make a lot of videos like this. You know, I don't, but this is really what I have going on at the moment. And kind of figured you guys might be interested in just seeing how sometimes, even someone like me that just pretty much lives for adventure and always wants to be going somewhere and doing something. Sometimes you just got to be home. You got to stay home. You got to. I'm gonna slow my pace down on everything I do. And I mean, it's funny to hear that from a guy who drives a boat at 5 miles an hour, you know, for days and days. But I do I'm always trying to do too much, and that's just a byproduct of kind of a lifestyle of being like a modern day homesteader is what I call myself, which is, even though I'm not out in the Kansas prairie somewhere, you know, pumping my own water out of the ground and running a farm, everything I do in my little life here, I tend to do it myself, and so what it means is there's like 100 things to do, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks that watch my channel that can relate to that live some version of that too. So I just generically call it like a modern day homesteader. Instead of hiring out everything, I just try to do it myself. But what that ultimately means is that you're never done. You're never on top of it, you know? Like, you're just, there's always some reason to keep going and going and going. And it can make life pretty miserable. It does for me. You know, I end up, you know, there's that saying, the journey is the reward. And it's true. And, but if you make every little accomplishment the reward, then you forget to enjoy the journey. And even if the journey is just spending half a day making some chicken soup. But I can tell you that today I did enjoy the journey. It was kind of fun. So I want to try to keep that spirit going. And I think a big part of that is the pace of life. The pace you live your life. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's kind of a Zen thing. I'm not the first person to realize this. I know it. I mean, it's the human condition. So, okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We're gonna get back on the slow boat here pretty soon. We got a really good plan. It'll be right after Thanksgiving. I initially, I'll just say this really quick. You know, initially when I was coming home, I thought I was gonna need more time to recover. I was a little worried. I didn't know what was going on. It could have been really serious. If you start using the internet to look at your symptoms of some kind of ailment, you're always about 2 clicks away from you got cancer. I don't know. I think it's on purpose. I think it's like the medical system just wants to drive you into their arms, so to speak, you know. And it's not to demonize the individual people. The doctor, Wavy, please stop. The doctor I saw yesterday at the urgent clinic, just what a nice guy. You could tell his whole life is to help people. He went into that profession. He's smart, knowledgeable. So few people have what it takes to be a doctor, you know. And so I have no criticism of him or individuals, but what I always have the instinct, and I always have ever since I was young and didn't even understand the instinct of it, is that if you let our modern world medicalize your life, it'll do it. It wants you to interface with it. That's how it makes its money, and that's how it controls us too. So, health is wealth. You know, what a timeless, true saying, should be etched in the sky. You know. And I'm gonna start taking it more seriously. So, okay, guys. Man, about the time I say I'm gonna shut up, I just go on another rant. Thanks for watching. We'll get back on the boat soon, and